Today I f***ed up by making a Lego butt plug.
I literally was just joking about Legos, but not butt plugs.
No.
Oh, I just thought about it. Sorry, sensory.
No. The little pegs on top, the corners on the side.
Everything about this is so funny, man.
Oh, no.
Well, I know stepping on a Lego hurts, and I know
Okay, guys,
suppositories aren't fun.
apart inside.
I think this is gonna, the shock meter will be going up.
Like a pine cone to
Okay.
the gooch.
Here we go. When I was 13 to 14 and I
Right.
didn't know how to masturbate, I'm a guy, and I used to put objects in my ass for pleasure. It began with pens, marbles, etc.
I'm so sorry. I want to be respectful, but I'm trying so hard to keep a straight face.
Marbles! It began with pens, marbles, etc. I really wanted a butt plug, but my mom regularly checked my online purchases, and there was no way I was going to a physical sex shop. I used to have a huge box of Lego in my room, so I figured that was what I would go on to make my DIY butt toys with. I made some long cylinder shapes that I would put up my butt, an oil container that I would put cooking oil in and use as lube, and the most important, the butt plug. I used a ball-shaped Lego part that was supposed to be a rock and a circular part for the base. I even put glitter glue under the base to make it feel more real. Now, I had learned from my previous mistakes when I almost lost a marble up my ass.
I know how to get it out.
Yeah, reverse Heimlich to the back.
Boom, boom, and it's like, and the other kid playing is like, dang it!
Yeah. Just cutting to a cop with like a kid dead on the ground, like 5 holes in the wall. Like, what do you think happened here, Jim?
It starts the Rube Goldberg machine. Okay.
Bird and everything.
Okay, gosh.
Okay. Now, I had learned from my previous mistakes when I almost lost a marble up my ass, so I secured the base so that it wouldn't fall off. I used to have this plug-in all the time, from when going to parties, the beach, or walks, etc. And the night before summer break in 7th grade, I was having a shower and had left the plug laying in my pants on the floor. Suddenly, my mom barges into the bathroom and says something that I don't remember. Then she looks at my pants on the floor, obviously seeing the butt plug, and awkwardly tells me to remember to pick my pants up. I went to bed immediately after the shower, embarrassed as hell, and the next morning I destroyed my butt plug and every other Lego butt toy that I had made. After that day, my family started telling me from time to time that they support me for whoever I am and what gender I love, etc. They had barely ever talked about that before. I was not gay, and I still am not. Okay, we have a...
Was that the end of the story?
That's the end of that story, but I feel we should put this update. An update. I created a brick.io representation of what it looks like.
No.
Now, Jesus Christ. Now,
This looks like someone put a sausage inside an apple, but it's ready to launch into space.
I was gonna say that's like something out of Blade Runner. Like,
There's edges on the rock part.
yeah, it's... Now, my question, too... Well, I've got 1,000. The one I'll start...
My only question.
The only question I have... The thing I'll start with is like, okay, that right there is on the ground on pants. Mom barges in and is just like, don't forget your penis, or whatever she yelled to her son, and then looks at the pants, looks back up and says, remember to pick up your pants. The mother like bursts in, looks at that and clocks like, hi son, whatever. My son made a butt plug out of Legos. Anyway, don't forget your pants. Click. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Right.
I don't know what that is now.
God, she's busy complaining.
About a body pillow. We need to keep stacking, like a Lego.
we only have 2 comments. Someone said, I'm the one who decided to open Reddit today. It is my fault. Someone else said, Batman couldn't get this out of me.
Batman could get this. I'm sorry.
Batman-
He's a really good detective.
He could kick you really hard and it would come out.
So hard. Let's see where you can get that butt plug out of here.
Someone said, so did you manage to find a girl who was into Pego?
Wow.
There it is.
I feel... I'm like, do I need to talk about butt plugs?
I talked about the body pillows, Tommy. Let's
Let the expert handle this one.
We're both here for a reason, okay? They cast us both.
wanna puke.
No, I mean, this,
Yeah, that would hurt. That's crazy.
Lego Ideas is probably developing something.
Yeah,
you know,
they made the bonsai tree.
they made the bonsai tree.
Right.
Now they're
X's
like-
butt plug.
They have Lego Tech Neck or whatever it used to be, where you can
Bionicle.
turn the wheel. Yeah, Bionicles. Yeah, the Numato or whatever.
I am shocked this shit didn't break
mask?
apart in his ass.
Absolutely.
Shocked.
He's walking around. He's going to the beach with this.
Yeah, gets hit by one wave.
One wrong sneeze, it's going.
A thing that shocks me that I've heard about a lot is when doctors talk about the amount of things that people put up their butt.
Yep.
Like just all sorts of crazy stuff. I mean, marbles. I'm like, dude, that's not smart.
No.
Like as you said,
Well, it
there's
was-
nothing wrong with butt toys, but be safe. Don't
Right.
put things up there that aren't going to come back out.
He was smart to have a base on it.
He constructed this well,
Yeah.
but
But
yeah, shocking scale. That was
shocking scale, I'm gonna say an 8 or 9.
Yeah,
That was a lot.
it was pretty wild.
What's your?
Whoa, you're losing it.
Up your ass.
Up your ass.
Okay.
Owie.
My wife's secret Google account, and I'm sick to my stomach. Boy.
What's she been Googling?
Let's get sick.
This is a 36-year-old man. I met my wife, Bailey, who's 33.
Expose. Expose. You're on Reddit stories.
I'm not
baby.
here, this is me. I met my wife, Bailey, who's 33, 9 years ago through mutual coworkers, and we hit it off immediately. I fell absolutely head over heels with this woman. She was everything I was looking for. I had gotten out of a toxic, dare I say, abusive, long-term relationship right before that with a woman Bailey had been acquainted with, but not friends with. I had her blocked on everything and had no contact with her since breaking up. We got married right after the tail end of the pandemic, bought our first house together, and started trying to conceive. That was difficult because Bailey has PCOS, but last year she finally gave birth to our first daughter. I'm having a blast being a dad. It's kind of a dream come true. I finally got my happy life with my perfect wife until last Monday. My laptop's battery shit the bed, so I opened up Bailey's work tablet with an attached keyboard. You can set it up like a monitor to check on some tax stuff. She wasn't home, it was just me and the baby, but we've never asked permission to use each other's devices. We've always been open like that. There's nothing for us to hide, that's what I thought. When I opened up the internet, I noticed she had the incognito tab open. Never in a million years did I expect to discover what I did. My wife has a secret Google account with a photo album saved called XX. So I clicked on it. Did I discover an affair? Nudes? Nope. In this Google album were over 300 photos, 348 actually, of my ex. The woman I was with right before I met Bailey. The woman who tormented me and made me feel worthless. The album said it was started back right around the time Bailey and I started dating and was updated as recently as 2 weeks ago. The photos range from candid shots with family to pictures at her work functions. There were even pictures from her yearbook. I don't know how Bailey could have found her high school yearbook photos, photos from vacations, ID photos from work, pictures of her in crowds, screenshots of videos, and screen recordings of videos. Just her. The other people in the photos would be scribbled out, or the people would be cropped and zoomed in just on my ex. There were other disturbing things I found too. There was another album with just zoomed up pictures of my ex's hair. Come to think of it, Bailey had recently started wearing her hair different, and my ex had a very identifiable hair type. There was another album with screenshots of comments on social media. Of course, I can't find them because I have her blocked, like Facebook groups she's in and public posts, and my ex is very low-key on social media. I can't imagine the lengths Bailey went to find them. My ex literally lives in another country now. There were also different links to the exact outfits she was wearing, like very specific blouses and trousers you'd have to really go looking for to find, a specific water bottle I remembered her purchasing, and identical hiking boots and sandals. So basically, my partner of almost a decade has been single white femaling my ex-girlfriend, has secretly stalked her to the point of buying her exact clothes and changing her hair, and now I'm starting to realize Bailey's new interests over the years were We're just my exes. Bailey has turned herself into my ex. Everything feels like a lie. Our love feels like a lie. The things we share feel like a lie. I threw up and had a panic attack. I looked at our daughter and felt betrayed. I haven't confronted her yet. I don't know if I want to. I want to run away with our daughter. I want to print out all of her pictures, leave them on the table, and disappear. I don't know what to do. I just want to throw up.
Ooh.
That's up there as far as one of the craziest stories we've ever read.
Look, that photo up could be anything.
That could be anything, man. That could be anything.
That is haunting.
That's some Gone Girl shit.
I'm trying to think of myself in this situation, and I think I'd rather have found out she was cheating.
Oh, definitely.
Because that's simpler. That's simpler. It's like, okay, you're a normal bad person.
Right.
This is like, what the fuck?
Scary town.
This is it's frankly frightening.
This is terrifying. No, it's actually, oh my God.
Well, it's,
It is stalking. It's full on stalking.
it's literally unlawful.
She is committing crimes.
Everything
I
that
think,
she has done.
But just the psychological aspect of like, for 10 years.
No. And who knows what else, too. This is the only thing that he's found. She probably has a storage unit.
Ooh.
Everybody's got a storage unit. That's creepy. I don't.
I don't.
I don't have one.
That.
I don't do that. But if you have a storage unit, it's creepy.
Oh, man. Whoa. I guess he has to confront her. You have to.
I think you deserve answers, and like for like the sake of your daughter.
That's what sucks. They have a kid.
They have a kid.
If there was no kid,
Yeah.
I'd be instantly out.
Yeah.
I'd be like, holy shit. That's
It's also,
wild.
I feel like, again, it's a matter of safety because the confrontation, like, I wouldn't know what would happen.
I wouldn't be holding my daughter for that one.
No, definitely. And I feel like I would also, if anything, like maybe do it at a public place, like maybe like leave all that aside or just be like, hey, I'm going away for a little bit. Give yourself some space, some time. Like, I think strategically you'd have to cook up a plan.
Can you just imagine, like, being with someone for 10 years and then suddenly in an instant they're a stranger? That's crazy. Why do you think she's doing this? Obviously, it's so unbelievably unhealthy. I don't know if there's no legitimate
I mean,
reason.
I think it's like legit. I think it's just she's very unwell and insecure, and maybe was. I don't know, but it's a deep unwellness that's like undiagnosable by me for sure.
For sure. No, it's beyond pay grade of diagnosis. It's like, I don't think there's like a legitimate or logical place that this comes from, obviously. I think this is like, this is something that truly like a professional needs to assess.
Much to unpack.
Yeah.
I can see it in a world where it might have been reinforced for her. Like maybe it was something that she had started to do. And then as he speaks about this relationship being healthy and going in a great direction, she might have just been assigning it to that. She might have been like, oh, well, we're doing really well and I'm wearing all the ex's clothes and I'm doing all these things. I need to keep doing them. And it's kind of been headed in that direction. Now they have a kid. Again, the relationship is going so well. So she's continued to do this pattern that she almost might think is the reason why her marriage is going super well. She's
also keeping it a secret, so she knows it's wrong. She knows it's like wouldn't be approved by him.
She's probably like ashamed, but like also probably like scared that maybe if she doesn't continue to do it, then he like won't love her for who she is. Like I think it's like a deep, sad unwellness.
Yeah.
But I think it's I don't know if it's necessarily something that can be repaired between the two of them just because of how long it's been, and it's become a lot more than just like a dependency, but it seems like very much a need. If she has committed now her life
it's an obsession.
Yeah.
A professional needs to be involved in this situation for sure. We don't have an update, but we do have comments, and the OP replied to several of them.
Okay.
Someone said, holy cow, that is definitely alarming.
Holy cow.
Holy cow.
The understatement.
Gee golly, mister.
The understatement of the century.
Holy cow is what I'd say for really crazy.
Gee willikers, bro.
The best thing to do is address address it now to see what'll change if she no longer has someone to replicate. The toxic side of me would slowly start mentioning things like, you know, you really do remind me of someone, and nonchalantly bite into an apple and walk away.
This is what the.
That's bad advice. That's horrible advice.
Terrible advice.
They put their fedora on.
A Redditor, yeah, I was gonna say like, oh, this reminds me of someone else.
No, this does remind me of someone.
Are they fucking in Death
Come on,
Note?
Apu. OP, I feel like what's worse is that she's subtly made these changes over time under my nose. So my ex has a specific career, and Bailey didn't express interest in switching careers to the exact same thing until after I had mentioned what my ex did. Didn't notice at the time, but I remember telling her, X went to school for that. The hair was more recent, the outfits and objects slowly over time. The interests, I'm not sure how much she's stolen personality-wise from my ex and what she actually likes. It's all incredibly exhausting and confusing. Someone else said, why do you think you didn't notice her morphing into your ex? How similar is she now? Is it just physical or behavioral, interests, job, etc.? OP said, that's a good question, and I'm trying to figure that out myself. It wasn't all at once, and it was little things. Honestly, now that I'm starting to nitpick our entire relationship now, about a year ago she changed religions to my ex's. Again, I didn't think much of it, but she definitely knew this was my ex's religion.
You know, I'm kind of scared for the ex as well.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I kind of am just like something definitely to consider if he just decides to flee with the daughter is like, should he warn the ex? I mean, he clearly said that she didn't treat him well. I think he used the word worthless.
I think the ex even lives in a different. I think he said the ex even lives in a different country.
Right.
now.
But it would be so difficult to consider that factor as well of like, do I tell this person who has made me feel like shit for all the time that I've been with her?
Sure.
But also this could be a dangerous
I think that's fair. I think that's very fair. I'm also a little, you're not going to run into the assumption of like, oh, my partner's obsessed with my ex and they're becoming them. But like, these are big changes that he's talking about. She switched careers, she switched religions, all these things that match his exes. You would
Switching religions is great.
I'm a little like,
I would have maybe opened with that one.
yeah, like
and the haircut.
it's a lot of stuff, but it's not his fault. You wouldn't expect this.
I wonder what the hairstyle was.
That's what I'm thinking. The hair is a big one.
Someone said the biggest question that comes to mind now is she treating you like your ex did? Like, how far is she going to take this in becoming your ex? Is it just the clothes, looks, job, or is she taking it even further? To be honest, the level of stalking she is showing is just terrifying and divorce/separation worthy. Opie said, my wife is a beautiful individual inside and out. She's never abused me, belittled me, or even called me an asshole as a joke. My ex did the opposite. I don't know if I want a divorce. I just want answers. I want to know who I had a child with. This reminds me, the thing is, I've read a lot of stories like this where it's the flip side, where a guy is dating a girl and her ex was awful to her. And I think what a lot of guys think is like, your ex was awful to you and you're still with him. So all of these features and stuff you must be so attracted to that you would tolerate being treated so poorly that, oh, that's what you're actually attracted to.
Or maybe in like a twisted way too, she's like kind of trying to amend that by being all of those same things but treating him better.
Yeah.
Which isn't, again, an excuse, but it might be some of the reasoning that's going on in her head of why this might be okay, that she's trying to help like fix some of that for him.
I think also the problem is we're trying to find a logical.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if there's logic here.
He said it best. He's like, I need answers. I need to hear it from her because that's everything else is just pure conjecture.
Hopefully.
I don't know if that's the right word.
I think it is.
It is. Hopefully we do get an update or something at some point because this was
2 days ago?
2 days ago.
Okay.
So the fact that we haven't heard anything since, it's been 2 days, I'm guessing probably hasn't gone well. It would be a quick update if it was like, hey, I talked to her and actually, it's cool.
Right.
It wasn't even her iPad.
It wasn't hers. It was actually my ex's iPad that my wife stole.
No,
She killed her.
he needs to get a secret apartment, and then he can live there with the daughter while he like makes some money. He needs like a longer plan because again,
Secret apartment?
Yeah. I'm telling you, because he needs to also build up a smarter plan because I think her plan is very convoluted and she has a lot of, again, probably a lot more things that are hidden. So I feel like he can be a little bit smarter about it instead of just trying to get out and hope for safety.
Yeah.
I feel like there is more. Again, talking to her would make it better, hopefully. But depending on how that goes, like I can't stop thinking that there's more lengths that she'll go to.
She's going to extreme lengths, and the one I'm thinking about is he's like, there's a lot of shots of her in like crowds and stuff, and I'm like,
That's some Jason.
did you travel and take photos of her? Like, I'm like, what the f-? Those aren't photos that you just found. Like,
Yeah, it's
like,
the
what the
scary,
f-?
like scratching
Scribbling
out of other people. That's
like,
scary.
No, this sounds like a serial killer. Like,
That's really scary.
it's truly terrifying. Hopefully we get an update at some point. We will read it here. My God, that's one of the scariest.
She's
Housemate die inside. This happened in my second year of university in the UK circa 1998. 6 of us shared a house with an even split of boys and girls. John was my best mate and was very shy and had no confidence with girls. He got on really well with the girls we lived with, Sarah in particular. When we moved in, Sarah had a boyfriend who thankfully after a few months she broke up as he was a dick. After this, Sarah and John grew closer and she would quite often sit and cuddle with him while watching TV, dance with him when we were out, and generally spent a lot of time with him. John was clueless about women and thought they were just besties, but it was clear to everyone that they were into each other. The important point to this story is John was still a virgin. Our other male housemate, Steve, was the opposite of John. He was a player. He had a girlfriend from school who was a few hours away at another university, so he'd regularly sleep with anyone that would have him. He also had a crush on Sarah and tried it on with her a few times and got rejected. Steve used to take the mickey out of John for being a virgin. This different terminology is so funny.
Take the Mickey out on him.
Steve used to take the mickey out of John for being a virgin.
Get on.
I think
he's
he's clearly making fun of John for being a virgin.
Sure. That's universal in every language.
A note from our producer: take the mickey out is apparently similar to taking the piss out of.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
At first, it was every so often, and then when John and Sarah were getting closer, he started to call him Virgin Boy in an attempt to belittle him. The rest of us told him to knock it off, but he persisted for a few weeks. Not long after, we'd got back from Christmas break, a few of us were in the living room after university, and Steve walked in and asked me and Virgin Boy if we'd like to order pizza for dinner. Sarah walked in from the kitchen and at that point walked over to John, sat on his knee, kissed him, looked over at Steve and said, "You can't call him that anymore. We had a great time this morning and he made me several times. I doubt you've ever managed that with your tiny cock." The rest of us
said that?
Sarah said that. The rest of us sat there trying to stifle laughter. Steve went bright red, mumbled something, and went to his room. Turned out Sarah had made a move on John that morning. They both admitted to being into each other and had slept together. Sarah snapped when she heard Virgin Boy and decided she'd had enough of Steve.
Wow.
John and Sarah are still together, married with 3 kids.
Shut up!
Damn.
Wait, can you read what she said to him again?
She said...
And say it like her.
Yeah.
Okay. So she walks out after, because Steve tries to
take the mickey out on him.
Yeah, Steve tries to take the mickey out of John here, calls him Virgin Boy. Sarah walks out and she goes, "You can't call him that anymore. We had a great time this morning and he made me several times. I doubt you've ever managed that with your tiny cock."
Oh my God, that really went so hard.
That's devastating. Dude, I mean, after that, John has to marry her.
Oh, yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Oh yeah.
Move on?
Do you think he made her come multiple times with his
yeah.
first time having sex?
Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. Of course.
I don't know. I just think I think it's like what else I think she really, really liked him. At the very least, regardless of what actually happened, I think she was just like, I'm willing to go to bat for this dude.
No, I love that so much.
It's fucking awesome.
That's great.
Joke's on you, I made a move on him this morning.
Which is also kind of devastating because that's crazy. Like he was into Sarah, and for Sarah to be like, I'm
into him.
I made the move.
No,
like that hurts a lot.
That. He deserved that. Like he was being insecure and he was like, "Oh, I can't get with this girl who I've been rejecting or who has rejected me. Let me make fun of somebody who she is clearly into."
and then he deserved all the revenge.
Well, mind you, Steve has a girlfriend at another university, so he's just cheating on her all the time.
Steve.
They said that. They said at the beginning, they said Steve was the opposite of John. He was a player. He had a girlfriend from school who was a few hours away at another university, so he'd regularly sleep with anyone that would have him. And he had a crush on Sarah and tried it on with her a few times and got rejected.
Oh.
So he's just a huge piece of shit.
Oh, yeah. No, trash.
Trash.
Crazy.
Oh my God.
Good, he deserved that.
That's like a movie level, like, and I mean, John didn't get revenge, but like Sarah got revenge for him.
Oh, but John,
He might
John
make
got
multiple
revenge.
times.
Oh my
John
God.
got revenge.
John got revenge by
Multiple
just being a
times.
good guy.
If I was John and she said that, I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, you heard what she said.
And then Sarah would be like, never mind.
Oh.
3 times.
I take back my orgasms.
Shit.
They didn't happen.
That never happened.
I take those back.
Oh my
Damn.
gosh, that's wild.
That's awesome.
That's fucking sick.
Wow.
Some comments. I was so scared that Steve would steal Sarah from John and make fun of him afterwards.
Yeah.
Glad I was wrong, and Sarah sounds like an awesome mate. Lucky for them to have found each other and such a wholesome ending. Someone said, F John, in this case. Someone said,
John did nothing to you.
John got
but he got
He got
multiple times.
Someone said, the pettiest revenge is a life well lived. Damn, that's even, unless Steve changed his ways and became a better person, you know, he's probably, to then see like, oh, and then he's married and like happy, 3 kids.
Yeah.
Like really, damn.
Yeah.
I hope Steve reaches out with an update on his own life.
Sarah's actually the hero of this.
We know Sarah's great.
I love Sarah. I don't love body shaming, but it was funny.
Oh yeah, she did say he is a tiny. She didn't necessarily.
She did say he had a tiny.
She didn't need that part.
But it was like an icing on the cake. It was
That's
just like
not
a
the.
fuck
I
you.
can tell you as a dude, that's not the part that bothered Steve. That's not the part at all.
Okay.
Like I don't think so. It also sounds like she rejected him. I don't think they ever actually.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I think what hurt her what hurt him was just like holy shit. Like John.
Yeah.
Like the girl that I have a crush on approached him, had sex with him,
And
like,
publicly
and is
told
also
me.
and is also now like standing up for him
Exactly.
here. Like really cares about
Yeah.
him. Like on a level beyond just sexual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which dudes will never say that matters to them.
Yeah.
But it does.
Oh.
I
He
think
made
like
me
that
come 3
hurts. Like
times.
deep down, like that's deep down in his core where he doesn't even realize it hurts him.
Whoa.
Yeah.
His heart hurts.
Like he hurts that like Sarah chose John.
That there's like real care there.
Wow.
But he's not gonna get that because he's being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Right. But hopefully this is the moment when he.
Yeah.
Wakes
Hopefully
up.
his girlfriend.
Imagine-
Someone needs to tell his girlfriend that he's cheating
Yeah.
on her.
Imagine,
yeah, I hope she knows
Imagine being
now.
the other roommates being like, roommate meeting, we got to clean the kitchen more.
Yeah, right, there was a 4th roommate just eating
Yeah.
cereal at that table. Like, damn.
Like.
This is great.